over the last few months, I have changed into a completely different person. And the thing that started that transformation was a breakup. I've never been a public person. I've been really private about who I date and my relationship status and everything. But basically, I was in that relationship for 2 years. I still have a lot to work through with regards to that relationship, and I've certainly learned a lot. And of course, this could be a story for another video. But in this video, I want to focus on all the drastic changes I've gone through in the past few months. If you wake up one day and just feel like you want to completely change your avatar, you want to completely change your life and change your outlook, you can totally transform and be a completely different version of yourself compared to before. And it all starts with the desire and the decision to feel better, to look better, and to want better things for yourself. The first change that I went through is super obvious. You could all see how I bleached my black hair and have this beautiful red hair for the past 2-3 months now. I absolutely love it. Since I had this hair color, I feel like my confidence level has gone up another level. I'm inspired to try out many new makeup styles, new clothing style, and just really experiment with my look. And I feel like I rediscover my love for makeup. I remember in high school, I was always like the one who's super into makeup. And of course, at that point, the reason why I was really into makeup was because I wanted to cover my face. I wanted to cover my insecurity. I wanted to cover my imperfections and to look better. It wasn't a good place. But now when I experiment with makeup and when I have different makeup looks on, I feel empowered. I don't use makeup to cover my imperfection. I use makeup to express myself, and I think that's the difference. I think that we could all look at ourselves as, in a way, avatar. You can customize your avatar, you can customize your appearance, you can, have fun with it. And I think that gives me a lot of confidence. Like sometimes when I look at my old pictures and when I look at the mirror now, I'm honestly in awe of how much different I could look. I just want you to know that you can change your appearance at any time. You can choose to have a crazy hair color. You can choose to completely change up your makeup routine. And you never know, you could discover a style that you didn't know would look really good on you before. So I encourage you to just explore and have fun customizing your avatar. The second drastic change is that I start incorporating the habits of the version that I think is my best self.
Sorry, I just lost my voice. I've been sick the past couple days. To continue, one healthy habit that helped me become my better self was meditation. I was struggling with overthinking and being in my head too much, and since I started meditating daily, I feel much more at ease, relaxed, and more present in the moment. That's why I'm so happy to partner with today's sponsor, Aura. I've been a long-time user of Aura since 2017, and I absolutely love the app. Aura is an all-in-one app for your mental well-being and sleep. The app has thousands of meditations, stories, cognitive behavioral therapy, life coaching, breath work, and spirituality tracks. Aura's content is created by hundreds of expert coaches and therapists around the world. The app has won the Best of Apple award and is used by over 7 million people. Aura was the first meditation app that I used and remained my favorite throughout the years. Aura's meditations have soothed me in some of my most vulnerable moments. I've always felt so much lighter and gained more insights about myself and my situation after meditating or listening to an affirmation or life coaching track on Aura. My favorite coach on Aura is Dorothy Zuno. I usually go to her page every day and listen to her meditation and coaching. I just love her voice, and her gentle and soothing energy just really resonates with me. And I'm sure you can find the perfect coach for you on Aura as well. On Aura, you also get access to many daily life sessions where you not only learn about different topics that contribute to your overall well-being, but can also interact with a live community at the same time. You can get started completely for free using my link www.aurahealth.io/ClaraDao or click the link in the description. The first 500 people will get a free trial and an exclusive 25% off Aura Premium. Thanks again to Aura for sponsoring this video.
So when I think of my best self, to me, she doesn't just sit at home all day. That was me in the past. I was the homebody. I just want to be at home. I barely get out of the house. Maybe I get out like once a week to meet a friend or like to buy grocery. But other than that, I was just at home all day, every day, watching shows. And if I'm not working, just watch shows and like be on my phone all the time. And when I think about it, will my best self be like this? Well, these are the habits and actions of my best self that I want to be? No. So I had to change. And at the same time, I was reading a book called Single on Purpose. I think one thing that really stood out to me from that book was the author asked, when was the last time that you felt alive? And that just hit me. It hits me to the core because I never thought about life that way. I don't know since when, but life kind of started becoming mundane in a way. Life starts to feel the same day in and day out. I was so numb to it. I didn't put myself through any challenges. I didn't learn new things. I just kind of work, make videos, sleep, eat, and go on with my day in and day out. And in a way, like it felt boring. And I'm sure that a lot of you could relate to this. So I really asked myself that. When was the last time that I felt alive? And I realized that the last time that I felt truly alive was when I was a student, when I was in university, going to classes every day, meeting new people every day, doing different activities and challenging myself and learning new things. And that's when I realized that that's what I need in my life. You know what? I realized the reason why we're so glued to our phone all the freaking damn time was because we want stimulation. The easiest way to get stimulation is through watching a piece of content, through scrolling, through looking at pretty pictures, through looking at memes and watching shows and, entertainment. It's stimulating. We love it because it's stimulating to our brain, and that's the value we get out of it. But we all know that it's not the best way, right? We all know that it's not the healthiest to be on our phone and to binge on Netflix and lose out on your sleep and things like that. And that was me for the longest time. Like if I show you my sleep schedule, you wouldn't believe me. Like I would sleep at 3, 6 a.m. or even 8 a.m. even just because I'm binging on a show and I don't know how to stop myself from doing that. I had so many destructive habits that it really affected how I feel about life and my mental health. But at the time, I wasn't aware of it. It's the thing. Like when you're sleep deprived and when you're kind of like mildly sad or depressed, you're not aware of it if it's been your normal for so long. Once I realized that I haven't felt alive, I haven't challenged myself and learned new things in so long, I started signing up for all the classes I could ever think of, all the things that I've always wanted to do but never make time for it. I just signed up for everything. So learning Chinese, learning French, learning how to play the piano, going for yoga, trying out hot yoga, doing Pilates, going to the gym, everything. I just fill up my schedule like crazy. I have never felt better. I've never felt happier in my life. This is the most alive I ever felt because I finally give myself the stimulation that I wasn't able to before. Before, I gave myself stimulation by watching movies and shows and content and being on my phone. We all want that stimulation. Our brains are wired to crave that mental stimulation. So it only makes sense that we're so drawn to our phone and our gadgets because they give us that instant gratification and that feels like rewards to us. And our brains don't know the difference between the gratification that you get from watching a really funny piece of content versus learning something really interesting. It's so easy for us to get sucked into that, but I just want you to know that it's not your fault. Like when I look at my past self, I don't blame her for having those habits because that's the best thing I knew at the time. I didn't know better. I want you to always be gentle on yourself and to give yourself some grace. If that's what you've been doing, like it's okay. The system is designed to make us addicted. So it's not your fault. So never be hard on yourself or never blame yourself, but know that you could always change and you could always be better. So I want you to ask yourself that. When was the last time that you felt alive? What were you doing at the time? And think of the ways that you can feel like that again. Whether it be picking up your old hobbies or learning something that you've always wanted to do. It can be a new language, it can be a skill, It can be anything. I've always wanted to speak fluent Chinese and French, but I always thought that I don't have time for those activities because I always thought that those activities would take away the time that I could have spent working or focusing on my career. To be honest, I never use those free time to focus on my career, to do more work. We all need that entertainment in our life. We all need to rest from work from time to time. It's so crazy to me now to think how in the past I basically gaslit myself into thinking that I have no free time to focus on other things. But I spend hours and hours watching movies, watching content, scrolling on social media. So I think that we just need to find a more productive and healthier way to stimulate our mind and make you feel alive. That's the most important thing. On this note, I also want to emphasize the importance of physical activities. In the past, my form of working out is basically taking a walk like once or twice a week. Like that's it. That's it. And I thought that, oh, that's enough. That's not enough, baby girl. Like that's not enough. If you are just taking walks from time to time, let me tell you, that's not enough. That's not enough. That's like below the bare minimum. Like the bare minimum I'm talking about, I think based on some statistics, I'm gonna put it here, but the bare minimum is 150 minutes of workout. I learned the hard way that taking a walk will not get you to that bare minimum. So I signed up for a gym. I signed up for an unlimited yoga membership that have hot yoga, power yoga, yin yoga, all types of yoga. I signed up for Pilates and I have been loving all of them. My body has never felt so good. I love the feeling of like testing my body, like testing how much I can withstand today. It's so amazing to me to see how my body has literally gotten stronger week after week after week. To me, I work out not to look good, but to feel good. And I think that's one thing that only when you start working out and feel the difference and feel the impact it has on your body, that you can fully grasp it. So definitely find a physical activity that you enjoy doing. If you don't know what you enjoy yet, try out a bunch of different things. Like me, I try out spin classes as well. I actually love spin classes. I'm just trying to like fit it into my already super full schedule, but I'll fit it in somehow because it makes me feel alive and I'm all about that. I'm all about that feeling at the moment. I feel like when you feel the most alive, that's when you feel the happiest. You know, that's when you're the most present with life. I just love how when I do like intense physical activity, when I'm in a hot yoga class, all I could think of is my breath. All I could think of is how this feels in my body. Physical activity literally take me out of my head, literally stop my incessant thinking and like obsession with work and help me drop into my body and help me feel my body, feel my physical existence. Like I just love working out so much. I've been working out 2 hours a day, whether it be at the gym or going to yoga or Pilates or different stuff. And honestly, it has saved my mental health. It has changed my life. I just cannot recommend being active enough. Before, like every month, I would have like a week or two that I feel super off. I would feel burnt out, I would feel tired. I just wanted to isolate myself from the world. That would be the time that I just don't want to go out and like just be on my phone and watching shows and was just really deep in escapism. I don't know why, but there would always be 1 or 2 weeks out of the month that basically like half of the month sometimes, right? That I felt like that and it really impacted my work. It really impacted my mental health. And I just didn't know like what's wrong with me, you know, but now I finally understand that I have to get myself out there. I have to take myself out of the house and do stuff that is challenging to my body that help me be in the present. And since I started being active and learning new things, I haven't had like a burnout episode or escapism episode in like a few months now, like 2 months now. And I honestly feel like a brand new person. I have so much more zest and energy for life. And I'm just so excited for what comes next. I'm just so excited to explore more, to learn more, and to just exist, be alive more. So I hope that this video has been helpful to you, and thank you so much for watching till the end. I may make a part 2 that goes more in depth into kind of like the workout routine or the makeup routine that I have these days, and I definitely will make more long form content because I actually love sitting down and talking to you and sharing more of my life with you. So thank you so much for sticking with me and supporting me. I love you and I support you in your journey with all my heart. Bye, see you in my next video.